We are going to see how to solve a problem using optimal binary search tree.
So let's just take an example and see how exactly to go about what are the steps to follow whenever you're given a problem to find out the optimal binary search tree. I'll just work out some one or two steps and you'll have to continue the same way and I'll show you what is the final answer that you're gonna get. Okay, so I want you guys to work out the remaining intermediate steps that you get. Fine. Let's take the example that is you have the probabilities of A, B, C and D, point 1, point 2, point 4 and point 3. First step is to create two tables. One is called the main table and the other one is called the root table. So please create two tables like this. Since there are four nodes, since there are four nodes, I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4 over here and I'm adding the 0 because I need it for initialization part. Okay. Otherwise, when I'm using the formula, it becomes difficult for me to compute. So I'm adding this 0 as well. And then I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You may ask why are we going till 5? This is because when you have k plus 1, right? So for accessing the k plus 1th position, we need that particular position value also as 0. That is a stopping condition. This 0 we need for the initial condition. This 0 we need for the ending condition. So that way we are taking 1 to 5 and 0 to 4. So 5 cross 5 matrix we are taking for 4 nodes. So if you have 5 nodes, then it will be 6 cross 6 matrix. Okay, like that you need to create two tables, main table and root table. The second step is initialization. Okay, so what is initialization? What are we initializing? We are initializing C of I and I minus 1 as 0. So if for 1, C of 1 comma 0 will be 0. C of 2 comma 1 will be 0. C of 3 comma 1, 2 will be 0. C of 4 comma 3 will be 0. And finally 4 comma 5 has to be initialized to 0. And C of I comma I, we are basically making that as the probability value. So you have 1 comma 1 as point 1, 2 comma 2 as point 2, 3 comma 3 as point 3, 4 comma 4 as point 3. You may ask why are we doing it like this? Let me tell you, when you're taking the same node, you one to one, there are no intermediate nodes for you. Okay, so there are no more comparisons that you need. But when you tell 1 to 2, you can tell either the root node can be 1 or the root node can be 2. If you tell 1 to 3, then you have three possibilities of root node can be 1, root node can be 2, root node can be 3. Like this, you need to take all the different possibilities in order to compute the average computation value. Okay, so let's take an example. This was our initial table that we have. Yes. Now, next step what we are going to do is we are going to compute C of ij for all values. That is all these remaining right upper tree. Okay, right side upper diagonal tree. We are going to compute the values for all of those from 1 to n using the same formula which we came up in the beginning. Okay, that is C of ij equals sigma s equals to I to j ps plus minimum of C of I comma k minus 1 plus C of k plus 1 comma j, wherein k is the root node, possible root node. So when you want to compute for C of 1 comma 2, we are going to compute for this particular node. Let me just change my pointer. Yeah. Now what we are going to do is we are going to compute for this particular value 1 comma 2. So when I'm telling 1 comma 2, PS basically will be sigma of P1 and P2. Okay, I to j, right? So it is P1 and P2, probability of 1 and probability of 2 I'm adding, plus minimum of, okay, now I can have k equal to 1 and k equal to 2. Two different roots I can have. So if I'm taking k is equal to 1, then C of I comma k minus 1 will be 1 comma 1 minus 1. I is 1, j is 2. So this is I, this is j. Okay, and this is the value of k that you have over here. So C of 1 comma 1 minus 1 plus C of 1 plus 1 comma 2. We are using this particular formula to solve it over here. Next will be 1 minus 1 is 0. So it is 1 comma 0 and 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 comma 2. So if you take C of 1 comma 0 is 1 and 0. Okay, 1 and 0 is 0. So I'll have to take the value as 0, and 2 comma 2. 2 comma 2 is zero point 0.2. So the total value I'm going to get is 0.2. So when my root node is 1, the average computations that I'll be getting is 0.2. And when my root node is 2, if I follow the same method, the average computation that I'll get is 0.1. Okay. Now if this is the case, which do you think is the minimum? When k equal to 2. So what we will do, we will compute the overall value. So it is C of 1 comma 2. So minimum among these two is k equal to 2. We are choosing 0.1. So that 0.1 I am putting it as it is over here. Whereas P1 is 0.1 and P2 is 0.2. So those two values are over here. Okay. So you have these are the values. So over here basically 0.4 has to be written on your main table. Now once we write 0.4 on the main table, next thing we need to find out what will be the root value over here. Root value will be the minimum, I mean for which root was the minimum value that we got. So this is the value, when k equal to 2 only we got the minimum value. So that means the root node for that particular location will be 2. So r of 1 comma 2 I need to put it as 2. I'm gonna change that to 2. Understood till here? Yes. So now next I am not going to do for 1 comma 3. Instead I will finish the diagonals and then go for the next nodes. Mainly because these diagonals have only one node. I mean can have only two possibilities. But when you go for the next one you have three possibilities, and for this you have four different possibilities. Okay. So for 1 comma 3 you have three possibilities, 1 comma 4 you have four possibilities. So I'll finish all the diagonals which have only two possibilities. Again for 2 comma 3 if you take, you have sigma P2 plus P3. You can have k equal to 2 and k equal to 3. Now again here this is I, this is j. So you have 2 which is I, k minus 1 and k plus 1 and j. So you need to know to substitute these values correctly. So I'll get the values as 2 comma 1. 2 comma 1 is 2 comma 1 is 0 and 3 comma 3. 3 comma 3 is 0.4. So I'm adding those two, I'm getting the value as 0.4. Then when k equal to 3, it is 2 comma 3 minus 1 and 3 plus 1 comma 3. So that is 2 comma 2 and 4.4 comma 3. 2 comma 2 is 0.2. 4 comma 3 we get it as 0. So 0.2 plus 0 is 0.2. So this is the value for which we are getting the minimum one. So we need to take P2 which is 0.2, P3 which is 0.4 and this particular value 0.2 which we've got. So totally we end up getting the total value as 0.8. So that means here I need to change the value as 0.8. Okay. Now that I finished putting it as 0.8, next I need to find the root node. How will you find the root node? You need to check which is the minimum value you got, and that particular node of k will be the root node. So here we got minimum value for k equal to 3. So that means our root node for 2 comma 3 is 3. So I will be updating that in the table. Like this you need to compute for each and every value. That is you need to compute for 3 comma 4, then compute for 1 comma 3, 2 comma 3 and finally for 1 comma 4. Now I'm going to just give you the values for these three and we're going to see how to compute for 1 comma 4. Okay. So yeah, 3 comma 4 again the same way you can compute. You will find minimum value is 1.0. So I need to update this as 1.0. And then root node basically is k equal to 3 gave me a lesser value compared to k equal to 4. In other words, root node will remain as 3 itself. So I'll have to change r of 2 comma 3 as, sorry, r of 3 comma 4 as 3. I've made a mistake. This should be 3 comma 4. Now coming to the last node, I found that I got 1.7. So let's see how you got 1.7. Now for 1 comma 4, I'll have to do sigma s is equal to 1 to 4 ps plus minimum of c of 1 comma 0. That means k is equal to 1. I'm choosing for k equal to 1. This is k equal to 1. I get c of 1 comma 0 and 2 comma 4. 2 comma 4 we've already computed and it is on the table as 1.4. This is why I said you do it diagonally so that you get each and every value before you go for the final value. Otherwise, for computing this and this, it becomes difficult if you don't have the previous diagonal elements. So always compute the diagonal elements, then go for the next set of diagonal values. So for k equals 1, you have 1 comma 0 and 2.2 2 comma 4. 1 comma 0 is 0 and 2 comma 4 is 1.4. So this value I will be getting it as 1.4. Now the next one is when k equal to 2. When k equal to 2, that is considering 2 to be the root node, you find 1 comma 1 and 3 comma 4. 1 comma 1 is 0.1 and 3 comma 4 is 1.0. So you get 1.1 as the final value for this. The next k equal to 3 and k equal to 4. So for all four values you need to find out and then take the minimum of these four values as the final value over here. So if you see 1.0 is the value that I got when I've added all these four values. Okay, that is 0.4 plus 0.3 is 0.7. 0.7 plus 1 is 0.8. Then plus 0.2 is 1.0. So the total value we've got is 1.0 plus minimum of, for this I got 1.4. The next one I'm getting 1.1. Next one I'm getting 0.7. And the last one I'm getting 1.1. So minimum among this is 0.7 which I've got when I chose k equal to 3. So finally my root value will be k equal to 3. And my optimal solution that I've got is 1.7 which I'll be entering over here. And in my root table I'll be giving it as 3. So coming to the algorithm part, what was the first thing we did? We needed to initialize. So for initialization, I made c of I comma I minus 1 as 0, c of I comma I as the probability value, and r of I comma I, which is the root table value, to be I. Then the last final value, that is n plus 1 comma n, that position also we made it 0. I told you why we need that as 0. Then what are we doing? We are taking the diagonal count. For d equals 1 to n minus 1, for I equals 1 to n minus d. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do j equals I plus d. So when, let's say d is 1 and I starts from 1 to n minus 1, that is n, let's say, is 3. So 3 minus 1 is 2, 1 to 2. Then for every, this one, j value will be 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, j value just goes next value. Because I told you I need to do the diagonal elements first, so we are doing that. Then min val equals infinity. For k equals I to j, for each and every combination, if c of I comma k minus 1 plus c of k plus 1 comma j is less than minimum value. So this is this particular part of the algorithm that you have is to find which combination of c of I comma k minus 1 plus c of k plus 1 comma j, for which root node I'll get the minimum value. So to find the minimum value, that's why I'm making minimum as infinity. And then for each root node, I am checking if it is less than minimum. So finally, when my for loop is done, I'll get for each and every root node that I had between I and j, starting from I and ending with j. Say when I'm talking about 1 comma 3, k can be 1, k can be 2, k can be 3. So for all three values I need to take and find out the minimum value. So the once I get the minimum value, I will know for which position of k I found the minimum value. So that particular k position I'm gonna put it as the root node. Okay, and then sum of some finally I'll be getting the probability sum as well. Okay. After I'll have to take the minimum value and add it to each and every probability that I have. Okay. So once you have this, now how do I compute the tree? That is the next question. Okay, so how do I come up with the tree? If you see what is the final root node that I have, final root node that I have is 3. So my tree basically is going to contain, let me just change the pointer. So since my root node is 3, my tree is going to contain the third node, which is C as my root node. Okay, once I have the third node C as my root node, if you can see to the right of 3 there is nothing, whereas to the left of 3 I have 2 and 1. Okay, so that means 2 parts it becomes. Okay, one is I comma k minus 1, that is I is 1 comma k minus 1, k over here is 3 for us, so 1 comma 2 comes here, and then k plus 1 comma j is 4. So k plus 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4 comma 4. 4 comma 4, if you find the root node that you have is 4. So this particular position is going to be D as it is. But 1 comma 2, if you have to go to 1 comma 2, you find the root node over here is 2. So that means this particular position you are going to get D. Okay, once you get D, now you have only one node, which is 1 to the left of it. So this particular location becomes A. So you understood how to come up with the tree. Once you find the optimal solution and the root table, from the root table you can basically construct this particular tree. Understood? Wherein you start from the last position, then use the same formula. This side, this is the left subtree, this is the right subtree. So use this formula to identify which are the nodes that have to come to the left and which are the nodes that have to come to the right. Clear?